It's a snow day.
Which basically means the church is completely empty because the offices are closed. However, Sunday is still happening, which means I have to be up here to grab videos that we have to have ready for next week, and we have to start editing. So I've got to grab the footage and upload the footage. That's the thing about working at a church. Sunday always happens. It doesn't stop, irregardless of whether or not you have a snow day or not. And the videos are uploaded, which means we got it done for Sunday.
Which brings me to today's topic, which is deadlines. Deadlines are everything. Let me say that again. They're everything. Because without deadlines, all you've got is a bunch of commitments that'll never happen. You end up having just a bunch of chaos. And when you're managing and leading people, you got to have deadlines. Now, there are three types of deadlines that you usually deal with in life. The one, external forces deadline. In other words, somebody external force-wise has forced this deadline upon you. It could be your boss, but it's more than likely I'm thinking stuff like the federal government. They say by April 15th, you're going to pay your taxes. That's an external deadline. You can't control it. You can't renegotiate it. It is what it is. The second type is a deadline that's set by either a relationship or like by a client. In other words, it's something you've agreed to do. You are a partaker in the setting of the deadline. And those are a little bit easier to meet in the sense of the fact that you have some sort of emotional buy-in to that deadline. You would feel a sense of guilt if you missed the deadline. You want to make that person happy, that client happy, because you want to get paid. So therefore, you're going to meet that deadline. That also applies to your boss. Your boss sets a deadline. You want to make your boss happy. You want to meet that deadline. But then there's the third type, which is, I think, the most difficult. And that is a deadline that you set for yourself. And the reason why it's difficult is we often let ourselves off the hook on personal deadlines, which is really funny because I think those deadlines are probably the most personal and they're probably the most important to you. They're that kind of stuff that inside of you says, I want to go write that book. I want to go shoot this movie. I want to go do these things. And it's always that kind of stuff that you put in your dream journal and you say, you sit at Starbucks with your Moleskine and you sit there and say, today I'm going to do X, Y, and Z. And it's cute and it's nice, and I kind of joke at people who do that on Instagram, post those little photos like, today I'm writing my novel. But the reality of it is those deadlines are the most important deadlines, but they're often the deadlines that we miss. Now, how do you combat that? How do you actually make deadlines that you can actually hit for yourself? Well, there's a couple different things you can do. For one, you can be public with your deadlines. Put it on Facebook. And I'm not just talking, I'm going to write a novel. It's, I'm going to write a novel by this date. Check back with me on this date. I'm going to show you where I'm at. And then publish your progress as you go along. Publicly put out your deadline. 2, find somebody to keep you accountable. And I'm not talking just like, hey, check on this deadline for me. Find somebody who you can invest with the project, especially if you can make the project a dual project. In other words, if you're writing a novel, get an editor and tell the editor, these are the hard deadlines, and I want you to yell at me, scream at me, call me, text me, whatever, until I get this done. Think of it like a personal trainer. Somebody who's going to be there the whole time coaching you along. And the third thing you can do is you can set some sort of external forces around you yourself to actually make that deadline happen. And here's what I mean. Here's a quick example. Every morning I want to get up by 5 a.m. and I want to go work out. So what I do is I take my iPhone, my watch, all my alarms, and I put them halfway across the house. So the fact that I will get up when the alarm goes off at 4:50 a.m. and I will stop the watch, put the watch on, grab the phone, and right there I'll already have laid out for me my workout gear. Then I put it on and then I go work out because I'm not going to go back and go to bed after I've got all the workout gear on. I force myself. I put all those external things in front of me that force me to do it. Another example is this for external forces is there's a story about Jerry Seinfeld, and he has a calendar on his wall of every single day. And his goal was every day to write a joke. So what he would do is every day he'd write a joke, he put an X. And before you know it, he started to see this chain of X's. And then he realized mentally his goal was never break the chain. Just keep writing jokes every single day so that every day you can put an X on the calendar. Again, he's doing some external mind tricks to kind of force him to meet those deadlines every single day. Again, see, without deadlines, this whole thing of goals you have, everything is just chaos. It's just these hopeful dreams until you put a deadline, until you find a way to make it public, until you find a way people to keep you accountable, and until you find ways to even hold yourself accountable personally and some external forces to actually make things happen. You do that, then you'll hit your deadlines. And when you learn how to do that, when you manage and lead people, you'll learn how to do the same thing with them. You'll learn how to set deadlines. You're going to learn how to hold them accountable. You'll learn how to put external forces in place that help them meet their deadline, not coax them in such a way that's manipulating, but rather will help them accomplish what they want to accomplish and what you need them to accomplish to get your work done. And that's deadlines. See you next episode.